And we are live, everybody, and a good afternoon to everyone in the chat. Thanks for coming out, and welcome to another episode of A Clash for Crows, featuring death battles with your favorite Game of Thrones characters. I'm your host, the Westerosi Ninja, and joining me today, I have a really special guest, is Kev, otherwise known as bridge4, the man with the sultry voice who voices over fantastic Game of Thrones / Song of Ice and Fire videos on his channel. So what's going on, Kev? How are you doing?
Oh my lord, I can't believe you just said it. What's so funny, like a lot of people like my voice. My voice, people either love it or they hate it. But the thing is, I have like really bad hearing problems because I'm a weirdo. I didn't like the sound of people chewing when I was a kid, so I used to wear headphones. I'd blast them. So now I have really bad hearing. So in everyday life, like right now, I start yelling, and it's more of like a nasally head voice as opposed to when I'm doing scripted stuff. I'm just like speaking quietly into the mic, so it's more of my natural like gut voice. So my voice is not as good on live streams. That's kind of sticks.
Awesome, man. You know, and I'm really happy to have you on here too. I mean, I know you're like really hyped up to be here and actually do this thing, and it's great to see such enthusiasm right now. So, and I'm sure the people in the chat are really looking forward to this because I mean, you have a great wealth of knowledge here, so it'd be really fun to talk about these characters.
Yeah, dude. So anyone who's new to this stream, like I was saying to him before the stream, I've said it in the chats. I've watched all of these before. This concept, this type stream, maybe it's not for everyone, but it's totally for me. I love these streams. And like I've said to LMR, I said it to you a couple minutes ago. Yeah. All the ones you've done so far have been so much fun. I hope I'm not the one that ends up screwing up your role, your track record of having good a Clash of Crows streams.
Well, we will see. Okay, so before we get started here, something new is that I'm gonna flash some rules and regulations only because, you know, we have a lot of new people here, and here they are. Okay, so I'm a stickler for rules and regulations if you ask a lot of people I work with. Let's see. So basically, the game, okay, basically consists of a minimum of 7 scenarios with duels between random, you know, Game of Thrones characters using random weapons in random places. Okay, so everything's random, and basically players will alternate on who gets to, you know, talk first. Okay, with each scenario. Okay, and the second point is that it's a discussion that can lead to a debate, but it's okay to agree or disagree at the end. Okay, so, you know, it's really discussion first, you know, but usually ends up being a debate, unfortunately, afterwards. So the third point is that, remember, this isn't a competition, guys. Okay, it's not really meant to be serious. Okay, also the host, meaning me, will clarify any questions with responses that will usually support my argument. Okay, just remember that.
I like your style.
All right. And lastly, and most importantly, is basically, you know, everybody, you know, be respectful. Okay, if you disagree with someone, you know, about what they're saying on air or in the chat, it's okay to poke fun at them, but please, no personal attacks. Okay, they won't be tolerated. And I have my King's Guard, you know, in the chat, making sure that people, you know, get bounced if they need to get bounced. Okay, so
Wait, let me say something real quick. I just want to thank you for having me on. So it's funny, like I first started like whatever it was a few months ago doing like the Citadel of Trivia streams. Mm-hmm. And so funny, like all you guys, you come into these Citadel of Trivia streams and it's like you guys are all friends and like you feel like the odd man out. And I'm looking at them like, I want to be friends with these guys. And, like I feel like I might be, and some of you might think of me as a friend now.
Well, I mean,
just thank you for having me on. I'm pretty pumped.
No problem. And you're definitely a friend. So okay, so we're gonna get started now, guys. Okay, so minimum of 7 scenarios because it kind of simulates, you know, trial by 7, yada yada yada. Ooh, so everything makes sense, right? There's order to the universe here. So we are gonna go with our first scenario here, and I will ask Bridge as the visiting team to basically give me a number between 1 and 10.
Sideways Infinity, number 8. Lucky okay, number 8.
So we're gonna skip ahead, 8 times. 1, 2. Okay.
Oh yes, Oberyn.
Okay. So we have Oberyn Martell. Wow, with a lightsaber. Okay, in Qohor against the fat Wyman Manderly with an eagle. Okay, who wins this, Rich? Okay, since you're the visiting team, you get to go first and discuss who wins this.
Give me some insight if you have any Qohor. I don't know if there's anything in Qohor that could come into play. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with Qohor.
I mean, Qohor is just a free city in Essos. Yeah. They worship the black goat. So maybe if it was an Essosi character, you know, they might have a little bit of a home field advantage here.
Or so if we had like a Valyrian steel as a weapon, that may we could
exactly.
That in.
Yeah.
Okay, so putting aside the location, Qohor, my next question would be, I mean, obviously, Oberyn is the freaking man, right? Oberyn with a lightsaber. Yeah. I think we saw that in your intro, actually.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So Wyman Manderly, right? There are rumors that of like, we don't know if this is true. It may have been a dragon. It may have just been a figurative speech. It may have been exaggerated. But the Falcon Knight supposedly rode like a falcon up to the Vale, up to the Eyrie. So how big is this eagle? Are we talking about like an eagle on an arm or an eagle that he can ride? This is a serious question.
I think it's just a regular sized eagle. Say the size of a bald eagle,
Okay. Then I'm gonna go with Oberyn. Oberyn lightsaber. Oh my god. I hope Oberyn can take out Wyman without having to hurt the eagle. But I think he can take off his legs. Oh, this is an embarrassing fight. You like slash off his legs, the guy drops, take off his head. Yeah, Oberyn for the win in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I really have to agree with you, Bridge, on this, because I don't think this is a really fair fight. Now, if Wyman Manderly had like the blood of the first man and he was able to have like warging powers, maybe he can actually warg into the eagle and actually kind of like have the eagle claw his eyes out or something, like claw Oberyn's eyes out or something like that. But but Oberyn's such a good fighter, and then with a lightsaber it'd be like second nature, right? It'd be just, he'll turn it on just like and basically wield it like a sword. The actual location is pretty much, there really is no home field advantage for anybody in this scenario here. Right? I mean, they're both strangers to Essos. I mean, Oberyn's actually less of a stranger, right? Because he did study. He actually did go to Essos, right? After his Maester's change. So
you're right. Yeah, he may have even been in cohort before.
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe he does have like an advantage over there.
So, tell me this. I love Star Wars. I'm not too well versed. I have like multiple posters of Rey just because I love her. But so lightsaber, does that stand for just like the sword type lightsaber, or what about Darth Maul's? Is that considered a lightsaber?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. A Darth Maul is basically a staff. It's like a dual lightsaber staff.
Yeah,
if you will.
So now I'm picturing Oberyn with that. Like Oberyn like basically that would be gnarly because
it would be gnarly.
Jumping doing aerials.
Yeah, but even with the sword, he's probably really, really good with it. Yeah, and Wyman Manderly, so he can't do anything to the eagle, and Wyman Manderly's not like the Blob, like in the X-Men comic books, right, where the Blob can absorb like energy, So he's just a fat guy, right? If he was like the Blob, I would give him like a little bit of a chance here, but he's not the Blob, so it's. I think Oberyn takes this. I think it's a landslide, man.
Yeah, it's totally a landslide. Landslide will bring you down. Aren't those the lyrics to Landslide?
Yeah, exactly. Stevie Nicks, right? So
I don't know who, but that's a great song.
All right. All right, Bridge. Go ahead and pick another number if you don't mind between 1 and 10.
Okay. Let's go with a bridge 4. Okay. Sorry, I'm such a tool.
No problem. So 1. Okay, are you a big Vikings fan?
I am not. Is Ivar one of the awesome Vikings?
Yeah. It's Ivar the Boneless. he's like the most evil guy right now in the current series of Vikings. Okay, but here's the cool thing about Ivar, right? So he was born like without bones in his legs, so he has to crawl around.
Oh, but he's that dude.
Yeah, but he has immense upper body strength and he has like immense intelligence. Okay. Oh. Okay, so he can't walk or run very well, obviously, but he can definitely throw things for sure. So basically, it's Ivar the Boneless with a crossbow. Okay, in Old Valyria against Lysa Arryn with Widow's Wail.
Old Valyria. Wow, first of all, just the setting is cool. Old Valyria is gnarly. But I can't think of anything off the top of my head to factor in Old Valyria. Wow, this is a crazy fight though. It's like I've only seen, I think, maybe 3 episodes of the show. It was season 3 or 4, and he was crawling around. It was when they were in the woods with a couple of his brothers, and you could tell the dude is a badass. Like you're saying, he's smart, but to me, in those couple episodes, he came across as a badass. And he's been around training and stuff. He knows how to use a crossbow. So ultimately, it's like Lysa. Widow's Wail is awesome, but like, can you picture her? She's probably gonna hold Widow's Wail with 2 hands, but a sword there's only needing 1 hand. But she could take him out because even though she's walking, she's got Widow's Wail. It's going to just come down to, does he land that first shot? Because how long does it take? These crossbows aren't that easy to reload. They have to. Yeah. So who am I going to? Oh my God! Could he hit her? He would probably hit her, but I want to say Lysa Arryn on this. Well, no, she's not going to dodge that crossbow. I'm going to go Ivar the Boneless. The real question is, where does he shoot her? Does he shoot her in like the stomach or the face? I'm gonna go. I think he's gonna shoot right in the chest. He'll aim for like the biggest spot possible, the body. Ooh,
Yeah.
imagine Lysa just like gets into rage mode and she like walks forward with the crossbow bolt in her. Oh, Lysa for the win. I'm going with Lysa.
Okay, you go for Lysa, huh?
Wait, can I see double knockout? Because she kills him, but then she bleeds out after.
Yeah, you can if you want to.
Oh God, I'm turning into George R. R. Martin.
Yeah, and the thing is about here is that in terms of the location, I think it's a great location as well, and I don't think anybody has an advantage here, because we're kind of out in the open, so Ivar can walk. He can kind of move around, he'll crawl around the rocks and whatever, get into a good position, fire, and Lysa is obviously mobile, right? So it comes down, but. So, we have this classic case of a ranged versus a kind of a melee weapon, right?
I like your style. Those are some technical terms, like in a game, right?
Yeah. So then it boils down to how good do you think the character is with a ranged weapon, okay? Because versus the character with a sword, right, or a melee weapon. And and Lysa Arryn has never shown any abilities with the sword, right? She doesn't fight in the books, she doesn't fight in the show, she doesn't do much of anything except basically act crazy and breastfeed Sweet Robin, right? So I'm thinking about what she actually does besides acting crazy. So she's more likely to stab herself with that Valyrian steel sword than actually fight with it. So, and Ivar the Boneless is a badass, right? I mean, he is a warrior and he is trained with, like throwing knives, throwing axes. There was a scene where he was actually sparring with his brothers, with a sword. Obviously he couldn't move around, but he was basically blocking their bows. So I'm sure he can actually shoot a crossbow, and he's really, really smart too. So he would find like the best position probably to actually fire that crossbow. I hate to say it, but even with that badass, Widow's Wail sword, I don't think Lysa has a chance here. I think the first boat's gonna kill her.
Can I bring something in from the chat? All right,
sure.
Our Lady Mormon, Lady Mormon mentioned something. So I didn't realize this. These are not nice words, but I am going to quote her. She wrote, Lysa, she a fat girl in the books. One shot might not be enough. At first, I was like, what does that mean? But then the follow-up comment is very cool, very interesting, hardcore here. Yeah. So look at Manderly. He got shanked in the chin and he lives. That's just a cool connection to the books. A very underappreciated chapter and scene. So she's saying maybe one shot won't be enough, and Lysa could do what I was saying, crawl up there.
Well, the thing about the Manderly example, was he shanked or was he just slashed? Because it could just be a superficial wound as opposed to like I don't think it was a stab, right? I thought it was more of a slash.
It was a slash. I don't particularly understand that scene. I hadn't read it in probably like 2 years. I read it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I forgot it. I was like, holy crap! Because for a second I thought he was dying, and then he's alive. That little scene confuses me. I guess maybe it was just like what do you call that, grazing wound or something?
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, because obviously, he was still kind of talking. I mean, he was choking probably on like whatever, on a piece of chicken that he was eating when he got slashed. But still, I mean, I think he was still alive. So it wasn't like blood was spurting off his jugular or anything like that. And after that wound, right? So.
I'm not making Felicia sound hood. I said it as she typed it. Felicia's just not that good a typer.
But for this case here, I mean, I just can't see Lysa even doing a double KO here. I mean, I think she's just too crazy, and Ivar the Boneless is just too much of a badass. I mean, I don't, pure Viking blood, man. Son of Ragnar Lothbrok. Okay, I mean, you haven't watched Vikings, but definitely watch Vikings. It's a great show. Yeah.
I guess I'll change my answer to Ivar, because I mean, at the end of the day, is he going to land that first shot? Probably. Yeah. And then is she going to be like, if I got shot with a crossbow, I'm going down and I'm crying. I'm going to be whining and then I'm going to die unless there's a maester. If I'm going to do that, like Lysa's probably no better than me. So I think one shot, he'll win that fight. Wow. But it is interesting because she has a sword. If she can survive that first one or die.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. The thing about Lysa too, I mean, isn't she like sort of overweight in the books, as described in the books, right?
That's what Felicia was saying. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of the mobility factor, I mean, can she dodge that first bolt, right?
Oh, that's true. That affects whether she can dodge it. Good point.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I think we have to go with Ivar here, guy. I mean,
I'm with you.
Definitely. All right. So we agreed on 2 for 2. So
we agreed? Yeah.
Yeah. Next number, Bridge.
Oh, let's see. I've done 8 and 4. How about divide them? So 2.
2. All right. 1, 2. Oh man, this is gonna be tough.
Oh my lord.
Okay, we have the mountain with a sawed-off shotgun. Okay, in the Alchemist Guild Hall. Okay, that's in King's Landing against Sir Arthur Dayne with Heartsbane.
Oh my lord! So, do you know anything in particular about the Guildhall? Like, is it known for having like skinny tunnels or anything like that? Like, I know of the place. It's built at the bottom of Visenya's Hill, right?
Yeah, I mean, they haven't. Yeah, it's in the bottom of Visenya's Hill. You're correct, but I mean, they never really showed it, like even to show like what it looks like. I'm assuming it's just kind of like the size of a regular hall, you know?
Yeah,
like
I hear you. Oh my God, I don't like this fight at all because like we all love Sir Arthur Dayne. How could you not put Sarah in front of that name? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Heartsbane's a great sword, just like Dawn. This is really cool. These are all random, right? You didn't choose.
Yeah, it's all random
generated. That's pretty gnarly. So he's got his and it's Valyrian steel. So Arthur Dayne is in his prime of having Heartsbane. It's probably just very similar to Dawn. However, the mountain with the sawed-off shotgun, man. Oh my lord! How well? Because Arthur Dayne wears plain mail.
Exactly. Good point. See, and this is why we need like a weapons master like in the chat, because I don't know if like say regular double-aught shot, right? Can penetrate steel-plated armor.
Wait, you said it can or cannot?
I don't know. I don't know if it can or
not. Oh, either.
Yeah.
Oh man, imagine it would be cool if we knew that Arthur Dayne had Valyrian steel armor. Then this would be a done deal. It would be Arthur Dayne for the win, right? Because he'd accept the shots and go take out the mountain. Yeah. But I don't know. With regular armor, I feel like shotgun could penetrate armor. Let's see if anyone in the chat knows.
Yeah. So who's a shotgun or ballistics expert here in the chat? I mean, can say a sawed-off shotgun basically at a range of about 10 feet? Could it penetrate armor?
This is really cool. Something. So we get a location factor. Bubba Husky, great point, Bubba. Yeah. What's up, Bubba? If a shotgun goes off, all the wildfire will blow. Ooh, right? That's sure. Smart. Extra factor I would not have thought of. No, wow. Best one so far, no question. I'm not seeing anyone who's a gun specialist here.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a couple of them. I think Eric Schaefer says that a double-aught shot can go through plate. I don't know at what distance you need to be for that. And Miles Mangus says that .410, I think that's just the caliber of the shot, can puncture plate. But again, I think what we're looking at is, can it, I mean, sure it can puncture it like up close, but what about say like 10 feet away? Say Arthur Dayne's rushing at him, and the mountain fires off his first shot like 10 feet away. Is there enough force behind that plate, behind the shot to actually penetrate the plate? Or would it spread around too much? Because it's a sawed-off shotgun, right? So it's really
what does sawed-off do compared to a regular shotgun? Yeah. It's more spread out?
Yes, definitely more spread out. Yeah, sawed-off shotguns are probably, it probably has a wide field of scatter, within 10 feet is my guess.
See, here's the thing about these people who do know guns in the chat, like Eric Schaefer's saying, or Schaffer's saying, slugs will definitely go through. But what is a slug? Is that like from a handgun, or is
a slug is just a solid piece of? It's basically like a solid piece of it's basically like a bullet, right? That you can use in a shotgun.
So is Eric Schaffer talking about something else, or is a shotgun? Is that like that thing that has all the buckshot or whatever? Yeah. Is that being considered a slug?
I don't think it is. I think it's like a solid piece. It's like one single piece.
Shotgun slug. That's a term.
Yeah.
So these people are saying that it's going to work. I might have to go with the trust these guys and say the mountain with the showed-off shotgun.
I know. It's tough. It's tough because Arthur Dayne is such a badass. So he has that armor and he has that great sword of that long reach, right? I mean, if he can survive just like one of those shots, that plate armor, and not get like blasted in the face or something like that, I think he has a chance to cut down the mountain. But a sawed-off shotgun is pump action, right? I'm assuming it's pump action, right? So he fires one shot. Can he fire it again? Before Arthur Dayne reaches him.
So Felicia made a good point. Said, "Well, there's a reason people wear Kevlar and not steel plate anymore." Can you imagine if cops in the military were walking around and plating mail? That'd be so funny with guns. Oh.
Yeah. So
I think what she's implying is that that a shotgun could defeat plate and mail. Otherwise, we might have people wearing it still.
Well, plate can, but I mean, a slug may, but I just don't know about the like buckshot or birdshot, right?
Well, Miles Mangiz or Mangies says shotguns have slugs, buckshot, and birdshot. So I think if we connect that, Eric Schaffer was saying slug. Oh, but Eric Schaffer says slug solid. I don't know. I'm getting confused by these guys.
Yeah. So I think what they're trying to say here, I think a slug can probably go through the plate pretty easily if he hits them. If he hits them, but birdshot or buckshot may not be able to get through the plate.
Bubba Husky says, sawed off double barrel, 2 shots.
There you go. So he gets 2 shots. The Mountain gets 2 shots there against Sir Arthur Dayne.
Yeah, I honestly can't see Sir Arthur Dayne winning this one, even because like his face, like if anything, some of that's the buckshot's going to go through his eyes and
exactly.
I hate saying this though. No one wants Arthur Dayne to lose. Arthur Dayne always loses. Yeah, if he didn't lose the Mountain, we'd have like Helen Reed come stab him in the back like a punk.
Yeah, and I don't know, Bridge. I mean, I'm thinking the Mountain takes this.
Yeah, I'm with you again.
Yeah, because I mean that sawed-off shotgun is too powerful of a weapon. I mean, even against like the greatest knight who's ever lived, right?
I can't believe you included this as one of the weapons.
It is what it is, right? This is why it's random.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, I'm with you on this one. I think we're 3 for 3. We agree.
Yeah. So okay, good. So we got the Mountain with the sawed-off shotgun wins this. So unfortunately, Sir Arthur, you're not gonna win this even without Howling Reed stabbing you in the back.
Now his fire has run out.
Yeah. So let's go to another number, Bridge.
Oh, what is it? 842 1. Sorry, I don't know why I got.
All right, 1. Nice. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so we have Gendry with a rolling pin. Okay, at Winterfell against Jaqen Hagar, and all he has is a golden hand. You know, a rolling pin is to roll flour to make bread. That wooden thing.
You chose that for a weapon?
Hey, no, seriously. In the hands of an angry housewife, a rolling pin is a pretty freaking dangerous weapon.
Who would be good with a rolling pin in this story? Hot Pie.
Hot Pie would be great, you know, or Cersei or Lysa maybe, or Caitlyn Stark.
Oh my gosh! So you go here first.
Oh yeah. Wow. See, so here's the thing. I mean, it's like, okay, Winterfell. Okay, so we're kind of like in a castle, right? It's a kitchen, right? So the rolling pin fits, kind of like if it's near the kitchen, the dining hall, and you know, it's kind of, you know, we're inside. You know, I think we're inside of the keep. So, okay, we're in a relatively enclosed area, but not so enclosed that, you know, you can't move around, right? Unless you were like a war elephant or something like that. So the location, I think, is kind of, you know, a push here between these two characters and the weapons that they're wielding. Now, it becomes the issue again with, you know, character and weapon, right? So we have a rolling pin, which is a dangerous weapon. Okay, I mean, it's easy to wield. It's, you know, you can smack somebody upside the head with it and boom, no, they're out. You know, against a golden hand. Okay, so basically, so we have Jaqen Hagar with just a golden hand like Jaime Lannister has. Okay, and now it becomes, okay, can Gendry slap Jaqen Hagar enough to basically subdue him before Jaqen Hagar punches him that golden hand? You know, because, you know, Jaqen Hagar is like this trained assassin, right? So one punch will probably kill somebody because he knows exactly where to punch. Right? Yeah. But Gendry, you know, I mean, he's been shown to be really strong, and he's been shown to be really, really fast, obviously. So, you know, can Gendry do it?
So here's the thing. I always like pretending that your weapons, whenever I'm in the live chat, not as a guest, I think I'm like rolling pin or Valyrian steel rolling pin. But here's the thing. So people are going to hate me for this. Jaqen Hagar, I have a very different view of Arya than most people. So like, I personally think that the waif isn't real. I think Arya has dissociative personality disorder. And so the only person that Arya ever really trains with is a waif. I think Arya's been training the whole time by herself. Like, I mean, she even says this in the show. They're like, "Who trained you?" No one. Does that refer to a faceless man, or literally no one trained her? I think she was just sparring with herself the entire time. That's why, like, the one time with the waif outside, she's swinging, and the waif's just freaking gone. Okay. In the books, Arya at one point, like, she's training nonstop. All of Sirio's lessons. Like, at one point, she's up in a tree like a squirrel on branches, training by herself, right? Mm-hmm. So everyone's got this view of Jaqen, like you just said, Jaqen Hagar. He's an assassin, one type shot. I don't really buy it. Like Jaqen, I don't see the faceless men as fighters at all, including Show Jaqen, since I don't believe, or I think Arya just didn't train with a faceless man. She trained by herself. So for me, it's like what did Jaqen do? Who did he kill people with? In the show, he had maybe he pushed a guy off a ledge. Sure. He had the poisoned dart. Exactly. In the books, he uses what? Manticore venom on the guy's dog, and then it like eats the guy's face.
Sure.
Like, I think of him more as an assassin using like tricks and being subtle and sneaky. I don't see Jaqen as a fighter.
Okay.
Whereas Gendry he's presumably, I'm going to show Gendry, he's probably not that tall, but yeah, he's a Baratheon. He's probably a big boy.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's been working with a hammer his whole life, so he's in great shape. They are sort of setting him up in both stories to be a fighter, Sir Gendry of the Hollow Hill. I think Sir Gendry of the Rolling Pin smashes the beloved Jaqen H'ghar. I think I actually go with Gendry in this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I guess this is why I disagree, because to me, I think Jaqen H'ghar, like the Faceless Men, are sort of like ninjas of like feudal Japan, right? Sure, they use a lot of stealth and they assassinate people with blow darts and whatever, but I think they're also trained in hand-to-hand combat as well.
Yeah. So our difference ultimately comes down from a different understanding of who Jaqen is. Yeah. If I was to take your understanding of him, which I have had at times and maybe I'll have again, then I would go with Jaqen. But as of right now, I just don't see him as like, there's no actual evidence of him being a good fighter, I don't think, in either the books or the show. So it's like you're making an assumption that he is, which I don't hold that against you.
Sure,
but since I'm seeing him differently than you, I am still sticking with Gendry by smashing Jaqen H'ghar's face until you can't recognize him anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and I can totally understand going with Gendry, because I mean, Gendry has those Baratheon characteristics of full-on rage, right? Imagine like him being in rage. It's at least plus 2 or 3 points levels to his strength level, to his strength during a fight. So Baratheons have the fury, right? So I think it'd be tough, because I mean, a rolling pin is a really easy weapon to wield, right? I mean, it's not like you have to be trained necessarily to fight with a rolling pin.
Yep.
But it's just Jaqen for some reason to me would be like this ninja guy who'd be able to dodge it, dodge his swings. Gendry would be like on his full-on rage. He won't be thinking properly. And then boom, just basically, one punch to the throat with that golden hand, and he's down for the count.
Are the Baratheons known for having tempers? You know how like the Starks are?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like bringing the fury. You're right. So that adds a new dynamic to it. Like Jaqen does have that. Just he comes across as being so composed, cool, and collected. It is like when this first popped up, I was thinking Jaqen just because it's so hard to go against him, especially when rolling pin, golden hand. They're kind of similar weapons.
Yeah.
Wow, so I could totally see why you're saying Jaqen. I'm still sticking with Gendry though.
All right, that's awesome, man. Yeah, okay, great. So, well, I guess we just have to agree to disagree on this thing. So, which is part of the game. So awesome, man. So Bridge thinks Gendry, and I'm going to Jaqen H'ghar. So
the dog show. This isn't that funny, but it's kind of funny. I just like the way he worded it. It's a little aggressive. He wrote, "While Jaqen was tooling around the Hall of Faces, Gendry was working out."
well, yeah. I mean, the thing about Gendry, he's definitely a dual threat, like in the Olympics, right? He's like an Olympic level runner as well as an Olympic level rower, right? So he'll definitely be a dual threat. He's like this badass athlete.
His back's pretty strong by now.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Bridge, give me a number.
For the record, though, I don't see many good comments in the chat related to this particular fight, so you guys got to step up your game. Thanks.
Yeah.
How about let's go with number 3.
3. All right.
I just saw.
Oh no. Okay.
For the record, I saw Tyene with a lasso.
Okay. So we have Karl Fukin Tanner, the legend from Gin Alley, my favorite fighter, with Oathkeeper at Castle Stokeworth against Mace Tyrell with a hatchet.
Oh man. So what's up with Castle Stokeworth? Anything noteworthy there?
Not really. It's just a random location. I mean, it was shown once in the books. it's by the sea, so that helps.
Oh yeah. I was blanking out with Stokeworth. Oh, that's a beautiful location. I wonder who lives there in real life, or if it's like a museum or something. That place is sweet.
Yeah, not sure why Bronn doesn't want to live there. I think that's a great location.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
All right. If you want me to start with this, right away, I'll just say that but probably my first favorite book ever was Hatchet. You might be able to see one. Is there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you guys look up on the bookshelf, like right, I don't know, it's a second row down. There's a Hatchet laying across there. I bought a Hatchet because I love the book, The Hatchet, for Gary Paulson. It was a Newbery Award winner, I think. I actually reread it like 2 years ago. It didn't hold up too well because it's like a kid's book, but anyone with a hatchet, I want to root for them. Mace Tyrell, like what's her name? My lady Elena called him Lord Pufffish.
Yeah.
Lord Pufffish versus Karl Tanner with anything is a hard fight. Karl Tanner with Oathkeeper. Which one's Oathkeeper? It's the bigger of the two, right?
Yeah, it's the bigger one too. Yeah, I think Oathkeeper's like a bastard sword, and Widow's Will be kind of like a long sword. Is my guess. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, this is like the first fight that we had. I forget who that was. Oberyn. This one's not even close. Karl Tanner.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Karl Tanner. Because Karl Tanner almost got to Jon. Right? He almost killed off a hero. Karl Tanner came the closest out of anybody in the show to kill off our hero, right? Jon Snow. In the show.
Are we talking show Karl Tanner or book? Because I don't think book.
No, there was book. Yeah. In terms of the book, Karl Tanner's not even in the books, right? But in the show, right?
He's in it. There's Clubfoot Karl, but I don't think he has any special fight because that fight happens off screen. It happens. Yeah. Jon's not there.
Oh yeah. But so we know that he's a legend, right? And he can definitely fight with those twin daggers. So I'm sure he knows how to use a sword as well, right? So and the location, it's a push, right? I mean, so we haven't got a fight yet where the location really matters for one person or another. So so it's still a push. And then Mace Tyrell, I mean, the guy's past his prime, right? I mean, Lady Olenna calls him an oaf, right? And he's not very bright or cunning. And I mean, he sings a good game, right? That's why we call him Mace the Ace. So but he's not a fighter, and that hatchet isn't strong enough to go up against Oathkeeper. I mean, if Mace had like a shotgun, right? Or a lightsaber, or or an AK-47, it would be totally different here.
Well, I have other people to help him.
Yeah, but it's just mano a mano here in this fight. It's totally unfair. I think Karl Tanner takes it, landslide here.
So I'll just add, this isn't directly related. Actually, no, it's not related to this fight at all. Yeah. But I apologize because I know you love Karl Tanner. But picture this, Lord. What was his nickname? You said Legend of Gendry, right?
Yeah, the Legend.
Gendry, that's part of Fleet Bottom, right?
Yep.
Fleet Bottom. So this just made me think. I had this. My boy's the Rogue Prince, Lord Fleet Bottom. So I wish there could be a scene where it's like Karl Tanner shows up and he's like, "I'm the Legend of Gendry," and then Lord Fleet Bottom's like, "Yeah." I wish I don't have a good line, but picture Damien Targaryen having some we'll see about that.
Yeah.
Who would you have in that fight? Karl Tanner, Oathkeeper, versus Daemon Targaryen with Widow's Wail.
Hell, Daemon Targaryen all the way. We're crush Karl Tanner left and right. But but more than likely, Daemon would be sly enough and smart enough to say, "Hey, this dude, Karl Tanner, I can use him. I'm gonna make him commander of the Gold Cloaks."
You're totally right.
This guy can be brought off, and he's probably, and I have a lot of money, so I could probably buy him off and actually have him work for me, to do the dirty deeds around town.
No, that was a great point. I love when people add in stuff like that. It's not directly related to the fight, but just you hit on a major point about Daemon Targaryen, is that because he has that whole interaction with what were those two guys? Those two guys that he had to go in there.
Blood and Cheese.
That what you just said reminds me of Blood and Cheese. Oh, and then even when they came to the city, and then he had the Gold Cloaks were like, they're his boys still. Like, the Rogue Prince, he was awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, and he's my second favorite Daemon, right? My first favorite Daemon is obviously Daemon Blackfire.
Yeah, I didn't realize that you liked the Rogue Prince so much. I like you.
Rogue Prince is awesome, man. He had a really cool he had a good dragon, right? The Bloodworms, Caraxes. So you can't beat that.
Caraxes is my favorite dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe because of Daemon Targaryen, and also because of Nettles. I love Nettles. I really love Nettles.
Yeah, I wonder whatever happened to her. I mean, it's like, did she fly to Essos and then
Fire and Blood spoilers, or no? Can I say that? Or do you
do what you need? Do what you need to do.
So
I don't mind.
I've gotten through that twice. I didn't catch it the first time around. So after I did a what happened to every dragon video, people pointed it out. Somehow I missed it. I guess it's because I was doing Audible or whatever. We actually get information in Fire and Blood, as a little bit more information as to what happened to her. They found her at one point. They saw her flying around. She was in the mountains of the Vale, I believe. That's where they went. So she was chilling in Westeros, just with like the Mountain Clan men or the Mountain Men of the Vale. Oh, imagine that! Like that's why I love her. She's so cool. She's just hanging out in the woods with her dragon, right? Yeah, but we don't know what happened after that. Like presumably.
So in the books, there's dragon bones out in the Dothraki Sea. So could those have been sheep stealers? I mean, could she have flown all the way to Essos and just kind of hung out there after the dance?
Well, there's a couple other. It could have been Cannibal. Okay. What happened to Cannibal? I think someone said, there is a reference. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling this for anyone, but
Yeah.
I'm afraid to say it. But there are sightings of all three of them. Cannibal, yeah, I don't want to say what that one. The cannibal one is a little fishy. It may have just been people saying they saw him. I'll just say it. When Lord Corlys Velaryon died, there was rumors that cannibal like flew over because they put Lord Corlys out on a boat and then they sank the boat. That's a pretty cool death. It's kind of like the Tully's River Run. And supposedly, I'm just sort of making this up. I might be completely lying. But supposedly, I think they said that they saw Cannibal make one flight over the boat as he sank. And then some people were like, yeah, but that's just singers making his funeral a little more poetic. But I gotta like to believe it just because it's cool. Like, the cannibal saying goodbye to the what is he? The sea snake or whatever his name was.
Yep, Corlys Velaryon. And the thing about Corlys Velaryon, which always confused me, was the fact that he did have Targaryen blood in him. Right. But yet he never claimed the dragon, right? He never claimed the dragon, right?
Well, he has Valyrian blood. Does he have Targaryen blood?
I think maybe. He does. I think he did. Yeah.
Either way, same thing.
Yeah. But why didn't he ever claim the dragons? My point,
Great point. His wife did. His wife's one of my favorite characters in the story, the queen who never was on Melee, right?
Yeah, Rhaenys.
Rhaenys, I love her. Yeah, why didn't he have a dragon? He never bonded one. I wonder if it's because, part of bonding, I don't personally believe anymore in special blood. I think dragon bonding it's more, it's not causation having Valyrian blood. It's correlation. It's like the Targaryens were the only ones who had dragon eggs. It's like, so of course, Cregan Stark didn't bond a dragon because he didn't have any freaking dragon egg. So you have this, and that's part of the whole incest is they sort of wanted to propagate this idea that they were magical type humans, that they're more than human or they're a separate species like elves almost, when in truth they weren't special. They just happened to have the dragon egg, so they bonded the dragons. And then I don't know where I was going with this. So dragon bonding is like, what's his name? Aemon One Eye. He just as a little kid, he was 8 or 10. He wanted a dragon, and he didn't want any dragon. He wanted Vhagar, and he went there and he did it. It's kind of like doing something with belief with a capital B, like the law of attribution, I think is the law of attraction or whatever it is. But it's like Corlys Velaryon was so good at what he did, but what he did and he loved was the sea. So it's almost maybe he never bonded a dragon because he was already mentally, he's just so invested over here that he never opened up his mind to dragons or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. I mean, he just didn't have the time or didn't have the will, right?
Or they had dragon eggs.
Or the motivation, yeah.
There were eggs there.
Yeah. But also it's sort of like Maegor, right? Maegor wanted Balerion and he got it at the end. I mean, he didn't want no little hatchling, right? He wanted the big boy. I mean, it's what makes Maegor so cool, in fact, right? It's the fact that, he got what he wanted usually,
I've been seeing a lot of Maegor love in different chats recently. People Maegor is coming around to everyone. Like he was a total scumbag, but people are starting to love him because he's badass.
Yeah, exactly. Maegor was the man for the job, right? I mean, he truly believed in separation between church and state, and he did it, so for sure. So all right, hey, on to number 5 scenario. Pick a number.
Number 5. Let's go 5.
Let's go 5. Yeah, let's get into the game here. Oops, that wasn't it. Oh, we got Locke, okay, with the slingshot in base Dorthrak against Tyene Sand, bad pussy, with a dumbbell. Okay, and weapons are okay here, right? Because none of them shed blood, or kind of shed blood. I mean, if you get hit by a rock, might shed blood. Base Dorthrak, so.
Wow, base Dorthrak. So I'm not going to factor in base. What? Are they allowed to bring weapons into base Dorthrak? Does that change the situation?
Well, I mean, bladed weapons, you're not allowed to shed blood, right?
Blood.
Yeah.
Wait, are you allowed to carry steel? You are allowed to carry steel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So regardless of who, okay, dumbbells. Oh, that's why you were mentioning that neither of them shed blood. Okay, I'm slow. Sorry.
It's all right.
I get it now. All right, so this is cool. So let me say a factor that if I was ever on with you again and Tyene came into the equation.
Sure.
Well, she had that nice little scene behind the bars. She's an impressive young lady. You might be able to use that against some characters. I can't think of any, but there are some characters like a Bronn or a Tyrion Lannister.
Yeah.
She may be able to use that to her advantage against a Tyrion. That's not. I don't think that's going to work. Locke is he's not an amalgamation. He's just a remix or an adaptation of Vargo Hoat, right? An adjusted version of Vargo Hoat.
Exactly.
Locke, and he's really cool. I mean, he sucks. But he was as a show watcher. I don't think I had read the books at the time. I didn't know Vargo Hoat. I really liked Locke as an enemy. He just like the actor was really cool looking. His delivery was really good. He's a good actor. He had a cool presence. He was just evil, and he came across as a really good fighter, right? Didn't he have a couple good scenes? Maybe at like
yeah.
So yeah, I mean Locke with. But then again, the slingshot, I mean, he seems like he's such a good fighter, though, that he would be very effective with a slingshot.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, what's Tyene going to do with a dumbbell? It better be with like a 5-pounder because she's
she's pretty young and not as physically imposing as like Oberyn is, right? So
I mean, I'm going with Locke with a slingshot.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you here because in terms of the location, right? They're both like really non-blood shedding weapons. I mean, yeah, slingshot, if you get hit in the head with a slingshot, you'll bleed, but it's not like a slashing weapon that's going to draw a lot of blood.
He can throw bows.
Yeah, exactly. And Locke, Locke is from the north, so I'm sure he has a lot of hunting experience, and slingshots are used for hunting, right? I mean, sometimes. So I'm sure he knows how to use a slingshot pretty well. We're familiar at least with the concept. And Locke is a really hard man, right? Yeah, so I agree with you. I mean, I think Tyene's womanly charms will have no effect on Locke whatsoever. He's a hard man. He can't. He's not going to put up with that kind of shenanigans here against Tyene. And yeah, I mean, I think one shot with Locke would basically kill Tyene, and even if he missed it, Locke I think would probably hand-to-hand combat would probably kick Tyene's ass as well. I just can't see it happening where Tyene will win this. I mean, she's probably faster and more mobile and more agile, but she needs a better weapon than a dumbbell at this point.
So let me give a quick shout out. I've never seen this guy's name, but because I think he did such a great job and I'm thankful for his performance, the dude's name is Noah Taylor. Good job, Noah Taylor. Here's something interesting. It's similar to a slingshot. I think it's in Fire and Blood. And again, I'm not very well versed in Fire and Blood just yet, so I can't think of the character. I can't even really think of the timing of when this happened. But there was a scene where it was someone in Harrenhal. It was like a lady of Harrenhal, and she was just like, people thought, and she was like hanging out there by herself. She might have had some guard there. I think people came up to the castle. Yeah, I don't really know the full scenario. But anyway, people come to the castle. I think one dude's head all of a sudden exploded. So there were rumors that she had like magic and she like exploded his head with magic. But more likely it was not a slingshot, but it was something like, I think it was just called a sling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that someone like deadly, like used a sling that literally made a dude's head explode. So if we sort of translate the power of that sling to a slingshot, I mean, I guess it's not as powerful. Then it takes us. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even a question to start with.
Yeah, it's actually a good point. Maybe I should add that weapon into this list, like a sling. Isn't that how David killed Goliath? Didn't he use a sling and not a slingshot?
You might be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going with Locke by the slingshot.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope he doesn't explode her head. Her head's so pretty.
Well, I mean, if it's the show, it's okay because none of those sand snakes are actually real. So, all right, yeah. So, okay, great. So, I think we're both going with Locke here. So, Bridge, another number, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah. Let's go with number 6 since we're on number 6, right?
Number 6. All right.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I feel like you're setting me up with this one, man.
Okay. We have Hot Pie. Okay, with these dual scimitars that you love, Kev, at Hornhill against Tormund Giantsbane with ice.
This is the way the world works sometimes, right? Let me give the people in the chat a little background. So before the stream, he asked me if I wanted to add any weapons to the list, and because this is all randomly generated, the different characters, the weapons, and the location. My favorite character in any story ever is a dude by the name of Dristaward, and that's he's the one who has that quote that I often write in chats. It's change is not always growth, but growth is often rooted in change, right? Dristaward is a dual scimitar wielding dark elf. He's the best fighter I've seen in any story ever. So I had him add dual scimitars because I love these weapons, right? I even wore them last night. And of course, who gets the dual scimitars? Freaking Hot Pie. Come on, bro. You're really going to do this to me? Tormund with ice? Oh my God.
Yeah, and the thing about ice, that ice is this big, humongous, great sword. And can Tormund Giantsbane wield it properly? I wonder, is he strong enough to wield it properly, you think, in the battle?
There was a stream that you guys did where one of you guys, I think, was misunderstood Tormund just because he seems tall in the show. Yeah. At least Book Tormund is described as, quote, not tall, but he's wide. So I think to answer your question, I think he's he's like I picture him as like a fullback or something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think he could wield ice. Then again, ice is a pretty long sword for him.
Yeah.
But we're talking about Hot Pie with the little scimitars, right? Tormund might struggle and might not be the most effective with ice in some fight, but unless that, we've never seen Hot Pie fight, so you never know. Maybe he'd be good.
And also, Hot Pie is a survivor, right? Arryn, right? He tells Arryn that he's the survivor here.
Wait, where are they fighting? Horn Hill?
Horn Hill, yeah. So
Horn
yeah,
Hill.
so say, you know, I mean, they're in the keep or like in the training yards at Horn Hill. So, you know.
You know, Horn Hill. I was thinking about Horn Hill yesterday because people always ask, like, what house would you be and where would you want to live? Like, I'm free folk, and if I had to live anywhere, it would be Mormont Keep at Bear Island. I love the look of that, and I love the land there. So Horn Hill is interesting for me as a person because it's the same thing with life. Like, I love nature and stuff, and I like to say I hate the city. I worked there for a bunch of years, but I do, as much as I say I hate the city, it is kind of beautiful in its own way. Horn Hill is like an old version of that, in that it's so beautiful. It was that set that they had in that location. It was so beautiful. I would almost feel uncomfortable there because it's just so not my jam. Like, again, I'm a more my keep type. I want, like, you know, like Vikings, where the Vikings lived in that show, with like more like wood and stuff. I want to see that. But yeah, I'm drifting. Horn Hill is beautiful. Hot Pie did once kick a man to death, though. I kicked him.
So while he was down, right? While the man was down.
But he later in the story admitted to Arya that, like, I think it was during when our boy Yorn went down around that time.
Yeah,
I admitted to Arya that I didn't kick a boy to death. Like that was even a question.
Yeah, and I'm thinking more about my argument about the whole like the great sword thing. And ice is Valyrian steel, so it's definitely lighter than a regular steel, great sword. So perhaps you don't have to be, you still have to be strong, but maybe not necessarily like the mountain strong to wield it properly in a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Eogan Fleming, Owen Fleming just said exactly what you said about the weight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good job, Owen. We're on the same wavelength here.
Dog thinks Hot Pie is going to be a nose tackle someday. Yeah, our boy Hot Pie's a big boy.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not a nose tackle, I'm sure he can be the caterer, right, for a football team.
Oh no, you didn't. You got to brown the butter. The secret is browning the butter.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, again, it's one of these things where it's I think this is kind of one-sided as well. Everybody loves Hot Pie, and hopefully, everybody wants Hot Pie to win. But against a good fighter like Tormund, I think it's with that good weapon, I think it's gonna be tough. Now, I mean, if Tormund had like maybe like a frying pan or a butter knife, then maybe Hot Pie can take him. But even then, it's just. We have such a big disparity between the characters in terms of their fighting abilities that I'm not even sure if a really good weapon could basically swing the advantage towards Hot Pie in this case.
So we have two, how in the beginning you said, you offered up, could Tormund wield ice? So we've got two people with the same response to you that I want to point out, but they have different approaches. So Maud Andrew Saunders takes a more political approach and says, Tormund would be strong enough to wield ice.
Yeah.
But Choo Choo Train woo, woo, says a little feistier response. Tormund absolutely can, capitals, wield ice. How dare you even ask that? What's up, Choo Choo Train?
All right, so there we have it. So we got some masters, we got some weapons masters in the chat saying that Tormund can wield it properly in a fight. I'm not convinced because like. If it was Tormund with ice, okay, with the big old greatsword, okay, even if it is Valyrian steel, against say a better fighter, say like Brienne of Tarth, right, with a regular longsword, it's definitely a love matchup. Who would win that, right? I mean,
that becomes a lot more interesting. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Wait, I did this is just a nice shout out to a really Liana says, we know of Savage Samuel Tarly wielding Heartsbane, a greatsword, so it's doable for a large, sexy man. She's not referring to our Samuel Tarly. I think she's referring to a guy who actually, Savage. Right? Yeah. That's pretty, that's just, I don't know why I wanted to bring that up. For some reason, every time I'm reminded of Savage Samuel Tarly, I get a kick out of that because it's just so interesting to compare the two names. And Sam the Slayer, and he's got this ancestor, Savage Samuel Tarly.
Yeah. I mean, Dance of Dragons. He was one of the leaders of the Greens.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's where it comes
Savage
from.
Sam. Yep.
Cool, cool. Where was he fighting then? So was he fighting down near Tumbleton?
Yeah. I mean, it would be either the first or second battle of Tumbleton.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Or it could even be afterwards.
Yeah, I can't remember. But just remember him being mentioned. So
yeah,
maybe they mentioned. Was he during the Dance of the Dragons? For some reason, I thought he was
I'm pretty sure.
older.
Yeah. Or was it after? I mean, it could be afterwards, but I thought he was mentioned in the dance. Or I mean, it's possible that he was actually in the Blackfire rebellions too, but I don't think so because I don't think he was Blackfire rebellions time. I think he was Dance of Dragons.
It's before 37.
Oh, it was before. Okay, because somebody got
37 AC. So when the Vulture King had been raiding the Dornish marches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The second Dornish War.
Okay, thanks guys. Yeah, and that's something like what? Sometime in maybe 50 or 60 AC, something like
30. Yep, you're close. 37 AC.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for the fact checking, guys. And yeah, good old Savage Sam.
Wow.
Awesome. Hey, so whenever you guys are on the Westeros Ninja channel, you will learn something. So just remember that. All right. Let's go over our last one here, unless we want to do some more bridge.
Wait, just we'll do another one real quick though. Anyone who's new here, if you like Milt, give a thumbs up, and because I'm going to start doing live streams on my channel. There's so many people I want to do live streams with, like Milt, Ben, Luke, Fannin, Brandon, Builder, everyone, Felicia, Dog Show. But if you guys don't want me to have him on, let me know in the chat to say Milt sucks.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Once again, I want to thank you for having me on. Let's do this. Number 7.
No problem. No problem here. So, all right. So let's go number 7. What number you want?
7.
7. All right.
I'm sorry, man.
Oops. 6, 7. Okay. So we have Tormund again. We have Tormund with Lady Forlorn at the Temple of the Graces. Okay, against Benjen Stark with a blowtorch.
Oh, wait, what's Temple of Graces? This one.
Temple of the Graces. God.
Yeah, this is
that's. I think that's in Marine, isn't it?
It's gotta be.
No, it's in Marine or Karth, I think.
Giscari. Yeah, you're right. Giscari. Temple of Graces.
Yeah, Giscari. Yeah.
Graces in the Giscari cities of Slaver's Bay. Yeah, Marine's Temple of the Graces. Oh, so
it's in Marine. It's in Marine. Yes, I thought. Yeah.
The general term. They have them. It's like the Red Temple. They have them a couple different places, but the one that we know of, I guess, is in Marine. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no, there's one known in Siege of Astapor as well.
So.
Oh, that's where the sick people were. You know when they went in there.
Yeah. With the yellow mare, white mare, right? That disease.
I'm thinking of young Kai.
Yeah.
But it said there were sick people in the. All right. Sorry.
Or pale mare, right? It was a pale mare, wasn't it? That people were dying from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I distracted us. Let's get back.
All right. So great fight here. So we got Tormund again with a more agile Valyrian steel weapon, Lady Forlorn. One of the best weapons of all time. Okay. Of House Corbray against Benjen Stark, with a blowtorch. We all know he's good at fire. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh Lord! Wait, so someone recently, one of the people in our clique, recently mentioned Lady Forlorn as being his or her favorite sword. I forget who that was.
Yeah, it's one of you guys, or Lyanna. She loves Lady Forlorn. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably because it's a feminine name.
Oh, anyway. She's saying it again today. She likes to repeat herself because I had seen that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with Felicia. Oh, sorry. Tormund Giantsbane, Lady Forlorn, versus Benjen. This is an interesting matchup, man.
He's good at fire. We all know he's good at fire. Eventually, he will be. So.
Dark.
No, and they are in an enclosed area, which doesn't really matter as much because we're both kind of like have pretty agile weapons. So we can definitely use those weapons in an enclosed area like the temple. It boils down basically to what you think of the character of Tormund versus that of Benjen Stark, because Benjen is no joke, right? He is probably a really, really good warrior.
First Ranger, yeah.
First Ranger, yeah.
So for me, I'm actually going to go to a double knockout, a double KO again for this. Here's why: because if it was Oberyn with a blowtorch, I could see Oberyn dancing around Tormund Giantsbane and getting the kill,
Yeah.
And again, I'm high on Benjen, just like you were saying. He is awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he could dance around Tormund per se. Maybe, but I'm not sold on him being able to dance around. So the way I see it going down is like he's gonna burn Tormund. Tormund might take critical wounds, mortal wounds.
Yep.
But Tormund's gonna come through that fire and get enough of a hit on Benjen that it's gonna be a double KO.
Good one. Yeah, because with the blowtorch, I mean, all it takes is one good flash into the eyes, and that's it, right?
Yeah, then they're. You're right. That's a good point because then he can't even function after that.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, this is really tough because, I mean, do I have enough confidence with Tormund as a wielder? With a really badass sword, to take out Benjen with that blowtorch, And I have to say yes. I think, if it was somebody like Cersei Lannister, okay, I would take Benjen here. Yeah. But I mean, I have the confidence that Tormund can probably get past Benjen, even with that blowtorch. I mean, a blowtorch has what? Maybe a range of a foot?
Well, not a foot. I would say 5 to 6 feet. At a foot, it's like deadly, right?
Okay.
But I would say blowtorches go.
Oh, it does. Okay.
A few feet. Like I would say up to like 5 feet, maybe. Okay. I'm totally making this up. I've never had a blowtorch, but I've seen them on YouTube and stuff.
All right.
Oh, real quick, something. Brandon Builder read my mind. I was going to say this. This is just wordplay for the geekiest of us here. Tormund has already been kissed by fire, so fire's got nothing on him.
I thought he was kissed by a bear.
Well, kissed by fire because his red hair.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so it looks like, so Bullet Frenzy says that a blowtorch reach is not much. Okay, and I don't know what not much means. So
yeah, but 2 meters is
2
like
meters? Okay, 6 feet.
A little over 6 feet, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was getting at. Like that's a decent range. But that brings it back to my double KO thing.
Yeah.
At that range, I think you could get a deadly shot onto Benjen. However, Tormund's going to be close enough that even if he's going to land a mortal wound.
Yeah.
Because I can just picture him like, ah!
I mean, I still have faith in Tormund only because, I mean, even the blowtorch has like a range of 6 feet. Wouldn't the heat dissipate at that range? I mean, the heat is only really, really powerful at a closer range, like maybe a foot, right? And then it'll just dissipate.
Well, you're the geologist, but man, I don't want to get burned by any type of fire. Is going to make me whine. It's not like cold fire. That's got nothing on me. Any type of fire, it's like going to burn my face off. But you're better at that stuff than me, so maybe I'll have to take.
I have no idea. I mean, I have to go with Tormund here. I mean, still.
But you don't think that Benjen's blowtorch is able to, like, he's going to wound Tormund, but you don't think it's enough to take Tormund down?
Nah, I don't think so, because I have enough confidence in Tormund as a fighter, especially that really good sword, that really light, agile sword that he can probably get. He can probably get to Benjen before Benjen can actually
you've actually sold me. This fight's going to end and Tormund's just going to look a little closer to the Hound. But he'll win the fight.
So that's 7. You want to do one more until we get like a really good one?
Dude, 8's my lucky number.
Okay, let's do 8. Okay, hey guys, we have a bonus fight for you. So we're gonna do 8 now.
Oh, sorry. And how about we'll go with lucky number 8? Let's see if that gets us a good one.
Yeah.
A sword can't be melted too. Felicia says the blowtorch wouldn't impact Lady for long because it's like Valyrian steel.
Yeah. Okay, so we got 8. So 1, 2.
Unless you just want to find one. But
I mean, I'll say this first. We have Dorman Martell with Galt, right? With a katana against Ygritte with a trident. No, let's do another one. Okay. This is good. Okay. We'll leave this because this is totally, completely silly. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we have the Spice King, the big blob from Karth with an anvil.
What is an anvil? Isn't that like the thing from the Roadrunner and the thing, like he drops an anvil, right?
Well, yeah. So an anvil is that thing where a blacksmith would use basically pound of steel, right? I mean, like Jon was hit in the face with an anvil, but yet he survived, right?
That's right. He had his face smashed down on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So at the Great South of Baelor against Patchface, people with a boat oar, and we know he's good with the sea. We know that he's good with water weapons here.
This fight is absolutely ridiculous because now the Spice King probably is going to struggle to lift up this damn anvil.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now I'm just picturing Patchface coming in and slapping him nonstop. he's singing while he's doing it, and it's not a quick kill. So now we've just got like a 45-minute fight of Patchface singing, and beating the hell out of the Spice King.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, could the Spice King grab a hold of Patchface and basically slam Patchface's face into the anvil, sort of like that Fen did against Jon?
Oh. Now you're fronting against my boy Patchface, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm a big Patchface fan. I love the guy.
I don't even particularly like him. I just wanted to try to sound cool. But Spice King, like every time you do these streams, like we all hate on the Spice King. You know what I mean? Has he ever won a fight yet? Maybe if he had like a shotgun. But now you're trying to give.
Yeah, you're right, because the Spice King always seems to come up in these fights, and I don't know why. So it's like
was Patchface a chubby boy?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I think he was thin, right? He was only like 14 or 15 when Stephen Baratheon tried to bring him over, right? But then, when he was recovered, he grew fat, right? So he is kind of chubby. But so is the Spice King.
These pictures of Patchface on the wiki, like they have how old did Patchface get? I always think of him as a kid, but did he age? Was he an adult? Because there's like an adult image of him that he almost looks like an orc. Pretty bad.
Patchface was 14 or 15 when Stannis was about 14 or 15.
Yeah.
So him and Stannis are probably the same age then.
Wow.
Stannis would be a little bit younger.
That never clicked. I always just assumed Patchface was a kid, and he's always been a kid. I never did the math and the timing. I'm
trying to think.
Wow. He just became a lot cooler in my eyes.
Yeah, Stannis would be probably about 9 or 10 when they try to bring him. When he tried to bring Patchface over, he would be 14. So Patchface would probably be like 5 years older than Stannis. So if you want some kind of context in age.
Huh. So wait, who do we? Yeah, wow. So now I think the fight just got even more fair, because we're not even talking about a kid at this point. Yeah. We're talking about a dude, whatever, in his 20s, 30s.
Yeah.
And I really would love to see this fight, because he would absolutely be like, I can like doing little dances and
yeah, and Patchface is always talking about the sea and the oceans, and a boat oar is like the perfect weapon for like for a person that talks about the sea and also the oceans, right? I mean,
dude,
Genji would be better, obviously, with a boat oar, but I mean, Patchface may not be a joke whatsoever with that weapon.
I never thought about Gendry the boat oar. I can't wait for that one to come up someday. Man, I'm going with Patchface with a boat oar in a very long, bloody fight where it's like, almost like some of these other ones where it's like shotgun to the face, like that is like, ugh. Yeah. At least kind of done and it's over with pretty quick. This one's going to be brutal, because I think it's like, remember Tormund with the Lord of Bones in the show, right?
Yeah. That's
how I envision this going, but instead of over 10 seconds, it's over 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Of him slowly breaking the Spice King's skull.
Hey, you ever seen those old time like wrestling matches where like both the wrestlers are locked up in a cage, but yet there's only like a chair available, so everybody's fighting over that one chair, right? Because that's like the ultimate weapon. It's sort of like this. So think of the chair as the anvil here, right? It's like who can grab a hold of the other person and smash his face against the anvil, and basically, is that boat oar going to be really that effective in this fight? I mean, because we have Patchface. Think about it, guys. We have Patchface, a fool, swinging a boat oar around. Okay, I mean, is he going to swing it around with enough force, to basically hurt the Spice King? Besides, the Spice King is big and fat, right? So we know that he can absorb a lot of energy and a lot of force, right?
Or we could use your same logic to the boat oar. Imagine the Spice King being like, screw the anvil, and just running over, and then they're both fighting over the boat oar. Like, give it to me, give it to me. This is a crazy fight. These two weirdos.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think this is going to be really tough. I mean, okay.
Oh, wait, I forgot. You're leaning towards Spice King smashing Patchface's face against an anvil.
Yeah.
I forgot you were going that direction.
So I mean, I can see Patchface being really ineffective, that boat oar, against like some guy that's big and fat, right?
Really ineffective or effective?
No. The boat oar would probably be not effective.
Not effective.
No, especially with Patchface, because I don't think he's really that strong unless he starts to invoke like the drowned god, right, or something like that, right? and I think the Spice King can probably just walk into him, absorb a couple of blows with that boat oar and basically take a hold of Patchface and then basically slam his face against that anvil, a la Jon Snow, but without the plot armor of Jon Snow. And boom, there he goes. Patchface would actually lose. I mean, I love Patchface, but I just don't see how he can win this fight.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to disagree with this one. I got Patchface with the Bodor. Man, I can't believe you're sticking up for the Spice King. And then now all of a sudden he's like some hand-to-hand combat specialist that he's gonna be.
Yeah. But the only thing the Spice King has to do is just grab a hold of him, right? Because Patchface can't do anything afterwards once he gets a hold of him.
He would. So let's say your scenario goes down. I could picture, he smashes him once or twice. I could picture the Spice King like looking up at the crowd and having like something witty to say to the crowd, and then continuing to do it. Because he's a smart dude. That would be interesting.
But you never know. Because Patchface again can invoke the power of the drowned god, and they are in a religious location, right? Somebody said, right, the great step of Baelor is a religious location, so maybe the Patchface can invoke some, spiritual, powers and guidance to help him defeat the Spice King.
Oh, real quick, I just thought of this. I today wore the Fight Like a Girl shirt. If anyone wants to support like breast cancer, go to makingstrides.com. They have cool shirts like this. Fight like a girl. I got it because I fight like a girl. Oh, that's pretty sexist. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway,
I went from promoting breast cancer or promoting the fight against breast cancer to being sexist.
It's all right. I mean, I'm accused of that all the time. Trust me, it's okay.
Right.
So what do you think here?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Patchface. I like what you've sold me, and the fight's a lot more interesting now. Your scenario, I could see that happening, but I'm still going with Patchface with the boat war.
Yeah. I mean, and I love Patchface. I really, really love Patchface, but gosh, it's that Spice King. I think he's just too massive for Patchface to handle. And then I mean, it's a good weapon. Okay, I'm not saying the boat war is a bad weapon, but I don't have confidence that Patchface can actually wield that weapon properly. Because he's not super powerful, right? He's not really that strong. Unless he invokes like the powers, right?
If you look up Patchface on the wiki that I just saw,
okay.
If he looks like the adult, which it's just fan art, I think. But if he looks like that guy, I'd take him over him with a lightsaber. Because he looks like dude. That picture's awesome. He looks like a freaking orc.
Nice.
All right, maybe not over him with a lightsaber. No, I would take him against anyone. He looks like a madman in this photo. It's pretty awesome. Oh, this guy Amok. It might actually be an official photo because I think Amok does a lot of the art for the World of Ice and Fire and stuff. Wow, that's a cool photo. If that's what he looks like, Patchface just got a lot cooler.
Oh man, I can't see it, but I wonder if you can share the screen. Try sharing the screen and see if it comes up.
I can just send you the link. I'll put the link in the chat. Ready? Check this out. It's the second picture down. Look at that.
Okay.
Because the first one, it's like, all right, Spice King's going to beat the first one. But that second one, man, that's an orc. No, not even orc. That's like a Urukai or whatever. The super orc. You see it?
The second one? Yeah. But isn't he holding like a hobo bag? Isn't it like a stick in a bag? It looks like a hobo.
Dude, look at those traps, though. That dude is jacked.
I mean, he looks like a homeless guy, Kev. Seriously.
I think he looks like he'd eat my face.
Well, I mean, he looks pretty menacing. I mean, I have to give you that. He definitely looks menacing.
Oh, I just clicked on it. I blew it up. Dude, now, yeah, this dude's got like a thick head. Yeah, he would kick my ass. Look at those the triceps. Yeah, that Patchface is probably the best fighter in this story, I think. Wow.
I'm telling you, I mean, if he is truly a prophet of the drowned god, like I think he is, I think he can invoke, some of the powers of the drowned god and actually be really, really powerful.
Okay, Felicia, I think she wrote this more than once. I'm sorry, I'm not really pissed. Yeah, she wrote this more than once. She likes to repeat herself. Spice King will. The only reason I didn't say it the first time, Felicia, is that I don't know what you mean by this, but she says Spice King will die like the weasels in Who Framed Roger Rabbit and laughing to death. Does that make any sense to you?
I've never seen that movie, so I need some context.
I'm pretty sure Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I think a lot of it like freaked me out. I was probably like 10 or something, and just the type of imagery and the characters. Didn't they have like eyes come out like me? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it freaked me out, and I was scared to watch it again.
What was that movie with Michael Jordan? Or no, it wasn't with Michael Jordan. It was with Shaq. Didn't Shaq do a movie, like one of those animated movies?
He did like basketball or something, right? Or
I don't know, or he played like a genie or something like that. I don't remember. It was some crazy like mixed animation, real.
Have you seen I'm a huge I'm the big four: Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, and Lion King. Have you seen the pictures of Will Smith? He's going to be the genie in the live action Aladdin. Okay. Will Smith. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. But man, Will Smith's the man.
Okay, so people are saying in the chat it could be Space Jam or Shazam. I think Shazam is probably the one with. That's
the one you're thinking of. Shazam is. I think he's in both, but Shazam's the one you're thinking of. He was a genie.
Okay, gotcha. All right, guys. So are you done, Kev? Or you want to do one more?
Dude, I don't have a life. I could do another one.
Okay, let's do one more. Okay, so it'll be 9. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't want to. I was about to say no is because we had 8.
Okay, seems like everybody's having fun here. So okay, let's just do 9.
Do one more. 2. And people in the chat, I want you guys to weigh in on this. I'll try to say what you guys say.
All right.
Oh,
we have Mr. Spock with a flamethrower at the Arryn against Lysa, Arryn with a trombone. But
how is a trombone? I guess you could use it as a weapon.
You can whack somebody hard with a trombone. But they're at the Arryn. Home field advantage. She knows where the lever is to open up that moon door.
When you asked me earlier, like what weapons would I like to add to this? I mean, I didn't know I could add things like croissants. You know what I mean? Trombone. One little nerdy fact to be like, I love the line about Peter Baelish. A harp is a sword. A harp could be as dangerous as a sword in the right hands. So that factors in the trombone, but that's more of like having someone play songs with a trombone and lead people in the wrong direction. In an actual fight, Lysa Arryn with a trombone? Come on, man. Well, tell me about Mr. Spock. He's from Star Trek?
Star Trek. He's all logic, half Vulcan, half man. He's like maybe the strength of maybe 3 humans, supposedly. 3 times the strength or something like that. I don't think he's 10 times. I think he's like 3 times the strength, being a hybrid and all.
The new version of Star Trek with this dude, I don't know his name, this actor, Leonard Nimoy. He was in that really cool show that went off air, Heroes or something like that. But yeah, this guy's a cool Spock. I like him as Spock.
Mm-hmm.
So I would want to root for him against Sir Arthur Dayne just because.
I think that was Zachary Quinto. Leonard Nimoy was the original Mr. Spock from way back in the 60s.
No, you're right. Yeah.
But we have Lysa with the home field advantage here, because she knows where the moon door is, and she can maybe lure Mr. Spock into the moon door, and boom, open up that, basically pull the lever, and down goes Mr. Spock. So she may be able to kind of like goad Mr. Spock with that trombone. But here's the thing though, is that the flamethrower has a really good range, right? Like 20 feet at least, right? So
wait a second. Like 12 minutes ago, you were asking me if a flamethrower could go 1 feet. 1 foot.
No, but that was a blowtorch.
That was a blowtorch. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm an ass. Sorry.
Yeah. But these flamethrowers, they can go a long distance, right?
Wow, we're talking flamethrower here.
Yeah. So Mr. Spock doesn't need to be goaded to get closer to Lysa Arryn, right? I mean, he can just light her up.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Bubba Husky makes a good point. Will a flamethrower be as effective at the altitude? Is it different?
Hey, what?
Would there be far less oxygen concentration or something like that? I don't know. Bo Husky's being nerdy.
If it's normal atmospheric conditions, sure, they're high up, so it probably does have a lower oxygen concentration up at the Arryn versus like at sea level, but I don't think it's drastic enough to affect the abilities or the effectiveness of a flamethrower. It's not like we're on Mars or something like that, or on the moon, right? We're just kind of Yeah.
Wait, dude, our friends are like so nerdy. I mean, I'm very geeky. I would say you're very nerdy. Nerdy's like the good version. It's like you're smart. I'm just like a tool. Right. So look at Sasek. Sasek said something that I think you'd like.
Okay.
This word. I remember when I first learned this word, I probably used it a bunch because I thought it was cool. Trombones are brass, which is very malleable.
Yeah, sure. Okay, shorter brass, and shorter malleable, but if you get hit by one, it'll still do some damage, right? Yeah, it'll bend. Aluminum's pretty Yeah, so I'm not saying aluminum. Aluminum is actually pretty stiff.
Because malleable means it can dent and stuff, right?
Yeah. It's easy to deform. I mean, gold is actually very malleable, right? You can actually bite into it, but it'll hurt still. So.
Whoa. I hate how the chat, like, you hit and scroll down and it just like jumps to the bottom. That's really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to read, and then YouTube's like, take this.
So Lysa, even with that home field advantage, I still think Mr. Spock can win, because I think that weapon is just too great. Now Lysa can maybe Lysa can play that trombone, and it would just be so bad that Mr. Spock would just get confused and annoyed by it. So.
Wait, let me give a shout out here to Slide the Tank Benjen. If you guys
what do you say?
We did a stream last night. This is really funny. Benjen, or Cold Hand, says, as someone who played the trombone, it can actually do some decent damage between hearing damage. Haha, that's funny. Now, this is the good one. Ready? And the slide is good for quick jabs. I was picturing, using it, but now
yeah, you can definitely jab it. Yeah, you're right. and that is correct. But in the hands of Lysa Arryn, would that be enough? No.
Oh my god.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, Shannon laughed at Benjen too. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I think Mr. Spock takes this. I think this is really kind of unfair. I don't even know why we're even arguing about Lysa Arryn.
What's up, Elmar? Elmar's got 0 points tonight, by the way.
Okay. Well, at least it's cracking her up here. So awesome. Yeah,
no other good comments. Well, actually, there are some, but I didn't want to say the one about like boob milk. Someone mentioned that about extinguishing the flamethrower fire with her boob milk. Sussex said that, I think.
I'm no expert on breastfeeding, but how far out can it really go?
Choo-choo trait.
Hey, but anyway, all right. I think this is the end of it. Kev, what do you think? Should we call it a day? We're about an hour and 20 minutes in. So
I think this is a good time, just in terms of people that would want to watch it the next day. Mm-hmm. I think if we go much longer, they'd be maybe hesitant to click on it. So this is a good time. I could do this with you for hours now. Yeah, I really could, but I think from your standpoint, this probably is a good.
And the first time we actually started playing around this, during our beta testing days, we actually spent like 4 or 5 hours doing this. Really? Yeah, trying to develop this. It was just like crazy shit was on,
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, so again, thanks a lot everybody for coming out, and hey, Kev, let us know what you're doing right now, and and talk to us about the charity that you're sponsoring here.
Yeah, it's true. Everyone always mentions you guys are so good. I would never think of this stuff. I'm always just like, I don't know how to say goodbye, and I click. So I do have a charity going on. We're trying to raise money for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. In the future, I might do stuff for like making strides for breast cancer and for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, but that's later on. So for now, if you want to get in, we have this competition going on. 105 questions. You have to become a channel member. I think it's like $5 a month. You can join just for 1 month. I'm not pocketing it. If you think I'm a tool and you don't want to give me money, that's fine. I'm donating it to the Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania. So you can get involved in that. As far as what I'm doing is videos. Ready? Check this out. Oh wow, everything's gonna fall. So
you got props.
Well, I have hundreds and hundreds of ideas and stuff that I've already worked on over the last like 2 years. Like my master outline's over 2,000 pages, and now I've run out of time. I'm gonna have to drop like I have, let's say, 300 ideas and outlines and rough drafts. I'm only going to be able to finish like 20 to 30 of them before the show. So I have it all planned. And if you look at, we're here today. I planned it. This is a short one. I think I could turn around a video in like 7 hours tonight. I think I could do a video every single day for the next 14 days. That's at least what it's. Then again, that's what my chart always looks like. And then it ends up being like video here, and then 5 days later, the next one. So more than likely, you'll see like one for the next month. But the goal is to get out like 15 or so.
Yeah, and I'm actually a member too, and it's great to see these like sneak peeks as well, because like Kev actually does these sneak peeks for just members of his channel, and then it's really good stuff. And I think and he's actually really receptive to any kind of ideas that we might have for future videos. So it's really, really great, and it's for a really good cause as well.
Yes, if you guys want to join, do that. If not, I just love everyone as this. You don't have to even watch my videos. I love being friends with you guys. in your chat, in the Citadel of Trivia and Drinks and Those things. Like, yeah, to be honest, I don't even like shout outs. So I don't know why I'm saying all this stuff. I'm here today just as a fan of you, Milt.
Oh, thanks a lot, and thanks a lot. And so anything else going on, Kev?
No, nothing.
Okay, all right, great. So thanks a lot, everybody, again for coming out here. I think there's a lot.
There's another thing. I'm going to be having. I mentioned this already. Like you and a lot of the other guys, Dog, Ben. I'm going to be having you guys on my channel soon. So everyone, I say subscribe to his channel. I think it's awesome. Obviously, do it if you think it's awesome. But yeah, get excited because I want these guys on and encourage me. If I don't do a live stream next week, like I think Ben wanted to do next Tuesday. If I don't do that, like in the comments, tell me like, Kev, get on it, man. Because I'm just like, I don't know. So sometimes I just like don't want to do live streams, but once I get on the stream, I absolutely love it. So just guys, encourage me to do it, and we'll have more of these. It'll be a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. Awesome sauce here. And also tomorrow on this channel, The Restoration Ninja, the Dog Show and myself will be continuing our top 5 collaborations, and we'll be doing our favorite scenes from Game of Thrones. So basically one contiguous scene, what our favorite scenes are. So should be pretty fun. And should be pretty hilarious too, because there's some really good scenes and funny scenes in there. So go check it out. And thanks a lot, everybody, for coming out. There's a lot of people in the chat. I don't want to give shout outs right now because I'll miss like 20 people. So
they don't deserve it anyway. Their answers weren't really that good today.
There you go. So there you go. So again, thanks a lot, guys, for coming out. And we will see you on the flip side next time. Talk to y'all later. Thanks.
On the flip side.